Hi everybody, I have a couple of chunky charm bracelets to share with you guys today. I have been telling myself for I don't know how long that I needed to make myself some because I had made several for friends and in swaps that I'd participated in and hadn't made any for myself, and I'd been holding on to a few little odds and ends that I really wanted to put on a charm bracelet for me. So this weekend I finally went ahead and did it, and I made one kind of in the antique bronzy gold colors and then another in silver. And as you can see, they both have kind of a pink feel to them because they're for me, and you know I love pink. But this one I went ahead and put in a lot of red. I think it really kind of jazzes up this particular bracelet because of the metal color that I used. And I do have a few earlier videos on how I put my charm bracelets together, but basically I always, whatever color metal I'm using, I use that for everything. I use it for the chain, the clasps, the wire, the head pins, the charms, everything, because I want all that to match. That's just my personal preference. And then I pick typically charms and beads and buttons on mine. I've also had a few other found things, like these are some baubles I picked up at a long time ago at an Etsy store that happen to be easy to attach. I have them in a couple sizes, and I just love them to death. They're very vintage. I love putting vintage pieces in here mixed in with all of the newer stuff. To me, there's a lot of history in these vintage buttons, like this red glass one here. This is another vintage one right here. This is a vintage button. I believe this one is too. I just like the history, wondering kind of, you know, what they were used for before. I mean, I can't imagine wearing clothing that had glass buttons on it, but I think they're kind of fun. And then I like to typically put charms on the bracelets that mean something to the person I'm giving them to, or for the theme if I'm doing a swap. So these charms were all ones that I had really liked and been wanting to use. So this one is a big rose. I have a little cupid hiding here. This bow. And for example, this little bird one right here was given to me by a crafty friend as a thank you for hosting a swap. Things like that. Just things that make it a little bit more personal to you, I think, are important to have on your charm bracelet. And you got to keep in mind that while there are some vintage things on mine, these are costume jewelry, so they're not hugely expensive to make. But you know, it is a little bit of an investment in the beginning because you have to buy chain and findings and beads and all of that kind of thing. But if you start out slow and say pick just a couple colors, you can keep your expenses down. You can start off too by buying your chain and findings either on Etsy or eBay because they have some really good prices out there, or a lot of times Michaels and Joann Fabrics have really good sales, and I pick up a lot of my stuff that way. And it's just a lot of fun to play and create something that's completely unique. No one else is going to have this exact charm bracelet, so it's just a lot of fun. And then just to give you a little bit better look at this one, I'd been saving a few charms for this one too, like this rhinestone purse, this corset charm. There's a little mirror in here, right there. A little pink rhinestone crown. And again, some vintage buttons and pieces like that I added. There's also a little locket in here. Keep in mind, you can, as long as you can figure out a way to attach it to your chain or to a jump ring or split ring, you can attach it. For example, in this one, this button didn't want to fit with the jump rings that I had, so I used some wire that I had and I just kind of twisted it. It's a little hard to see, but I created my own little method of attaching it to the bracelet. So you can do just about anything with these and get all sorts of really fun things attached to your charm bracelets. And then, you know, I love to wear these because they jiggle and jangle and make all sorts of fun noises. I'm sure that annoys some people, but that's part of the fun for me of wearing a charm bracelet is hearing all the pieces clink together. I just really like that. So there are my most recent two charm bracelets. I am hosting that swap over at Craft Happens. We haven't picked partners yet. If you want to come on over and join us, there's still time. I'm not going to pick partners, I think, until next weekend. And we are making, like I said, these big chunky charm bracelets. So I hope you either get a chance to make one for yourself like I did, or join us in the swap. It's a ton of fun. And I hope that wherever you're at, you guys are having a great day. Bye.